gold.
Good move hiring that player, Jim. Give the team a little more, whatever.
G'day guys, welcome back to Game 2 of week number 2 here in the FMIS Invitational. Today we have Weeber's Dwarven team, the Bricklayers, against the AI team of the Bleeding Artery Vampire Count. So it appears the Bleeding Arteries had such an ass-kicking last round that they managed to have enough petty cash this time around to hire themselves a star player. But it appears that Weeber's Dwarven team is going to be more than a match for them. And we'll certainly see how they go as their lineup looks strong and stunty. Ready here for the coin toss. Let's see who is going to be offensive and defensive.
Dwarf teams, they're not the best throwers by long.
So it appears that Weeber will be attacking on the offensive round this
weapons
time.
make them a team to be feared.
Excellent, good event here for the Bleeding Arteries. They can set up another legal defense, and that is a little bit more like it, a little bit more well-rounded there. However, I do suspect with the ball landing so close to the line that we're going to see some serious beatdowns here. Oh, double skulls straight at the beginning, and a block. That guy down. I wonder if he'll be able to take on this chainsaw at all. Looks like Weeber is going straight for the vampire count to try and disable them early in the game. Moving his guys up, protecting the ball, but he's not going for the ball straight away, which is probably a good strategy here. Their runner.
Oh dear. Someone's getting fired in the morning.
Wow, 3 drop balls. So the Bleeding Artery standing all their players up. The Vampire Count having no problem to run, although he does get hit with a tackle in a tackle zone. Failing his dodge, and he fails the dodge twice. This is terribly critical for a critical problem for the Bleeding Arteries in their first turn. Absolutely no men move, no offense, nothing at all. That is actually a terrible, terrible start for the AI team here. Weeber effectively picking up where he left off. Just taking down the front row of the Bleeding Arteries. And immediately in the second turn takes out the star player.
Really?
He absolutely does nothing this game. Have Weeber's blitzers moving in, a runner getting into the combat. It is peculiar. He should be able to get one of his other runners here to make a move and a block. Stuns the Thrall. So as you can see, having block in your team, basically having an entire team of guys with block, does make for a very strong team.
The dwarf player has gotten hold of the ball. I repeat, the dwarf player has gotten hold of the ball.
So, the runner, Grimrin, has the ball here, as it appears that the Bleeding Arteries are forming up some form of defense. Although the Dwarves are a very tough team, and he's blitzing with the Vampire Count. Manages to take him down. Will they be able to capitalize on that? Feel unfortunate on the ball bounce, but we'll see how it goes here. Whether he manages to clear much up here. The Vampire managing just to deal with his bloodlust. I actually would have pushed my guy
This vampire
maybe in
has
here.
finally decided to go for a drink amongst the
It's a
spectators.
huge disadvantage of vampires. They are pretty strong with a decent agility, but having to roll every time you use them to prevent them from running off into the substitutions is a very challenging role to have. Weeber absolutely surrounding the ball here.
The Dwarfs have the ball. If they manage to construct their cage, they will be nearly unstoppable.
The commentator's basically letting Weeber know what he must do. I would have put this guy down here. Or up there. He's got to protect this guy, I suppose. Not protect him, but cover him. Cover this guy when he stands up next turn. Weeber not quite understanding what a cage looks like in Blood Bowl, but it's a pretty solid defense there anyway. Absolute stomping that round there on the bleeding arteries. Could very well see an early touchdown here by the Bricklayers. I'll tell you what, the Vampire Counts seem to be holding their own here. Weeber getting in and around the defense, behind the defense of the bleeding arteries here. I imagine there's going to be quite a significant block on this thrall right here. Only a push. That doesn't help a lot, but it will allow this guy to attack him. Oh, another push for him as well.
One more step in.
Should be able to get this guy to move. Maybe. Troll Slayer absolutely demolishing the thrall here. Is there any injury? Doesn't appear to be. Might be a stun, not even a stun.
On the edge of the field there, within grasping range of the fans. And then
Weeber absolutely destroying the defense here. I'm sure the runner is going to run through here, and I would probably expect a touchdown next turn. Vampire Counts absolutely not even getting a chance to form a rational or effective defense here. Hypnotic gaze on one of the Dwarven Longbeard. Get a blitz here on the runner.
can the player force possession away
Manages
from
to
the
knock
ball
him down,
holder?
slow him down for now.
That's it. Aim for the ball carrier. Take them down.
And a fumble on the ball there. That would have been a perfect opportunity for the bleeding arteries to grab the ball and make a run. And a 2 push by the Troll Slayer. Didn't work out very well at all. Appears that Weeber is bringing his guys up here. Form a little bit of a cage around the ball. The block coming into play again. Just further showing just how powerful and useful the block skill trait is.
These guys can't take a hit. That wouldn't have happened in my day, Jim.
It appears the Vampire Counts are doing their best. The bleeding arteries are doing their best to hold them off here, but it feels, in my opinion, inevitable that we're going to get a touchdown, although they only have to hold off 3 more turns. So Weeber better not be lollygagging around here too much.
A fence.
Oh, pushes the Longbeard into the crowd.
Justified.
Getting some pretty lucky dice rolls here, if I do say so myself. So the AI really need to put some pressure on this ball here. They're basically outgunned 3-2. We need some more Vampire Counts here on the ball if the Vampires are going to prevent a late first half touchdown. Troll Slayer moving down here to get right in the action on the vampire.
The attacker has an assist.
That's a strike made with technique.
Oh!
Something's happening.
Pot Tap is injured, but
That's
no
why
long-term
I love
effects,
this
so we should be able to see him next. Good little bit of experience points there, though, for the Dwarfs. Oh, he fails.
That action.
Fails the pickup, but he does remain with the ball. Turn 6 for Bleeding Arteries. They really do need to knock this blitzer down. Otherwise, they're going to be in a bit of trouble here. Throwing everything they've got at the ball, and a single skull. And a knockdown. Man, that is what I call a...
It's not far from the end zone.
That is what I call a blessings from Nuffle. Oh, it makes it a turnover. So far, the defense of the Bleeding Arteries is holding up here. I am very surprised due to the absolute demolition at the beginning of the beginning of the half. But the Dwarves are going to have a hard time. They've only got 2 turns left. They're going to need to get this ball and get through here as soon as they can. Interesting choice of movement here, but I would say this Troll Slayer is going to get through here. That would be the most... Oh, he's nose grabbing this runner. Okay, you've got
Dwarves are
it.
taking an interest in the ball.
Weeber just toying with the vampire counts, making sure he ends up with a goal at the very end. Although this is quite risky. He's putting a bit of a cage around, although this is not a very effective cage. If I were the Vampire Counts team, I'd be trying to get as many guys into just a tackle zone here. That's it. I wouldn't necessarily even be attacking. I'd just be trying to set up a tackle zone. The Dwarves won't be able to make it through.
It will finish in the public. And in general, fans are much more dangerous than players.
Manages to drop the ball there on the runner.
Nothing that they're nicknamed Ironside.
Get up or get off the field.
This is it. Last turn. Weeber needs to bring it home here if he is going to get a touchdown.
He took hold of the ball like an overfull.
There you go.
Touchdown!
Last turn touchdown. Well done, Weeber. Goes into the halftime with a 1-0 lead.
Just as the halftime whistle blows. Well, with that touchdown under their belt, we can finally get this match started.
Oh my god, that star player is still unconscious.
We're about to start the next down, and none of the KO'd players have woken up.
Oh gosh, the
Lazy git.
injured guy who was unconscious was already out. Oh, that's terrible.
Important thing, you gotta keep possession of the ball and not lose it. A strike back would be terrible.
Has the referee finally noticed the team's secret weapon?
Bleeding Arteries should be trying to perform as many injuries as they can right now, as they will be coming into the second half on the offense.
No, don't look. You'll fall into his trap.
Not a huge amount of purpose of using his hypnotic gaze. Basically puts a movement modifier on the players. And there we go, that's a turnover, and we go on to the second half. Well, certainly an absolute domination for the first half by the Bricklayers. Almost with 100% ball possession, and the ball was effectively in the Vampire Count's half the whole time. So we'll certainly see how they manage to respond in the second half. Whether they manage to be able to make an early...
lighter player, not a significant difference, but it
If
can
they manage
impact
to
the
make
game.
an early
This team now
early
has to kick
touchdown.
the ball to the losing squad.
They'll want to get it back as soon as they can.
Oh, that looks like a terrible kick. The bleeding arteries get an extra re-roll. Yep, terrible touchback. Alright, so let's see how they're doing. They left both of their flanks wide open. It appears like they're going to try and beat their way through the middle. This is not a smart move. Trying to go head-to-head with the Dwarfs.
A snotling baked in a pie stands more chance than this poor git.
I just really don't think it's going to end well.
Where's the nearest pie shop, Jim?
Well, that's it. They decided not to do anything else for their turn. Okay, the bleeding artery is making some strange decisions
to help his
there.
buddy. That's gonna hurt.
That player went down like a sack of snortling unmentionables.
The Longbeard moving in. Looks like... Oh, single skull. I don't know if I would have necessarily used that re-roll this early. He's already down to... Let's see what I mean.
Look at all those players sitting down. There'll be trouble with the unions if this carries on.
Early turnover, so the second half starting out much like the first half with some very quick turns due to turnovers. Let's see where they manage to go. Oh, Vampire! Terrible. That Vampire count is going to have some serious trouble. Granted, all these dwarves are in tackle zones, but it wouldn't surprise me if Weeber tries to dodge out of many of these. The thing is, the Dwarven teams have such a low agility, they cannot dodge in and out of tackle zones. So when you are trying to play any form of defense at all you need to do is just basically set up tackle zones around them, and they're going to be just trapped. You don't want to stand toe to toe with them like these guys are doing. This is not going to end well. You're just going to get stomped on, as they're one of the toughest and hardest hitting teams. But they just have very terrible agility.
Unity is strength.
So they're going to get blitzed here by the looks of it.
They're gathering around that lone player.
Basically blitzing him to here, get the ball knocked over, then move in for a quick touchdown, if that is possible.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's just covering him off. Oh, blitzing with the troll slayer, fair enough.
Put some pressure on the ball carrier. Move quicker. They left the ball carrier exposed. There could be a counter strike.
Ay.
The dwarf player has
So pretty lucky the runners, of course, do have agility of
style. They must be up to something.
Vampire counts significantly already now on their back foot. They're going to have to somehow get maybe this guy up here. Yeah. Push him back and then just get this guy to attack.
The only use for a ball, in my opinion, to highlight
There we
who
go.
gets hit next.
But they still need to get a runner up there to get a ball. Oh, that's a big hit. Ball goes flying. Push back, not what the bleeding arteries need. Pushing the Dwarven player towards the ball. Weeber is getting some significantly good dice rolls here. Looks like this vampire counter is going to go out into the crowd here. Just gets a push though.
And into the crowd they go.
Double skulls! This brings the Dwarven Bricklayers down to only one reroll for the rest of the half. I'm not entirely sure if that was the wise thing to do, but time will tell. They are up 1-0, and the Vampire Counts don't appear to be using their rerolls to their advantage anyway. They just seem to be getting stomped on here. Both Vampires are now out of the game. The Vampire Counts are entirely left down to their grunt thralls, which are no more powerful than a human lineman. Only with a, no, basically just with a slightly worse armor value. Oh, do we have another Vampire Countess here, sorry, lying down. I think I said the same thing last game. Those Vampire Counts do seem to like to take a nap on the field. Oh, Fartrek is dead!
Today's play.
Killing blow!
Tomorrow's necromancer fodder.
Oh my gosh. That is absolutely unforeseen. We have a death in the Dwarven team. The Vampire Counts may be getting an ass whooping. But the Dwarves have already had a player killed. Crazy. Crazy turn of events. It appears that while the Bricklayers are set up here quite nicely for a win, they're definitely going to come at a cost. Gorman again with the ball, going for his second touchdown of the game. God, this goes to show why you do not want to go toe-to-toe with Dwarves. Unlike Norscan, I mean, the entire Norscan team does have block as well, but the Norscan only have an armor value of, I believe, 7. Dwarves mostly have an armor value of 8, and block. And the Troll Slayers, of course, have Frenzy, making them an extremely powerful player.
Keeps on going and going and going.
Oh, Vampire's basically giving up on the ball carrier here and focusing more on the Troll Slayer. Trying to get another kill.
Is the assist going to be enough to come out on top?
Oh, trying to go for a turn, but he does have a reroll. And managed to break out of it. Setting up a rather, not a very effective tackle zone here. It just allows the throw to go straight through here. That is one advantage, the disadvantage, sorry, of the Dwarfs. They do have a very short move.
Moved right next to a teammate.
That's the way.
The fans are rebels, and so am I. Just one more step.
Not much to say here, really. Just the Bricklayers clearing house again, knocking all the Vampire Kings on the ground. This is basically what happens when you start losing turns. You allow the other team, who is supposed to be defending, to effectively become the offensive team. So as you can feel here, the Vampire Count Bleeding Arteries are actually on the back foot here, really reacting to everything that the Bricklayers do. So rather than actually being proactive and using offensive tactics,
pride comes before a fall.
this guy may be able to blitz here, but it's going to be all at it or nothing. He still has 3 turns. Didn't even go for it.
I think it's a touchdown.
Brings a 2-0 touchdown here. The Rekkless.
This looks like the end. They can't catch up such a big gap.
I absolutely agree there. I would say this is going to be a 2-0 win here for the Dwarfs. But let's see if it comes at any more of a cost. So we have 2 injuries and a send-off.
As his team has just kicked it away.
Bleeding Arteries is going to have to come up with something pretty serious here. It is... Oh, both losing a turn each. That's the second touchback. Nice kick, Weeber. Both teams on their last turn here. Effectively making it impossible for the Bleeding Arteries to get any sort of touchdown here.
The players arrive to assist their teammate. This is going to be decisive. I was just getting born.
Turn over here. So this basically gives Weeber nothing to do but to basically probably try and knock down one of
incredible
just immediately
I thought
into the
my
game.
heart would almost beat on more than one occasion.
There we go. So one of the Vampire Counts getting some valuable star player points. So 5 armor breaks, 1 expulsion from the Bleeding Arteries, no touchdowns, no passes, no interceptions, and no deaths. Really a very punching bag round. They did almost absolutely nothing. From the Bricklayers, 2 touchdowns, of course, 1 death, and 18 armor breaks. Let's have a look at the statistics a little bit more. 37% ball possession. I actually find that hard to believe. I guess this is all adding up together. So you've got, you know, over 80% here. Actually, over 70%. Ball possession, I suppose. 55 blocks as opposed to 31. 70 yards running as opposed to 36. Just a huge difference. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching that. Our next game is going to be the Dark Elves versus the Orcs. So that will be Ty's team of the Dark Elves versus the Orcs Bloody Raiders. So stay tuned, and thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to watch some more of the Flying Monkeys in Space Invitational. Leave a comment below. Let me know whether you like this game or not. And we will see you on the pitch for the next one.